Hey all, Sean here, back again with another edition of Game On Cards and Collectibles. Today I have a PSA return, which I'm not so sure which one this is actually. I've got two that are due to come back around the same time. This feels a little bit light, so this might be the two-card, what I'm going to call mislabeled submission. For some background, back a couple months ago, I had done a reveal on a return that a couple cards had been mislabeled. There was a 2007 Tom Brady Silver Topps Performance that was numbered to 50 that they labeled as a base card. And in that same order, there was a second card, a 2008 UD Draft Edition Matt Ryan Blue that was labeled as a base also. So I emailed their customer service, so they would call it, department, explained the situation, provided photos. They responded right away, and ended up sending me a prepackaged envelope in my email that I printed out. Sent the two cards back to them, and they treated this probably like an economy level. So it took this package about 4 to 6 weeks to get returned to me, and I'm certain now that this is the two-card return. So hopefully we got that resolved, and these cards are looking good. This is the first time I've ever had experienced that, and all the grading I've done quite a bit, especially in the last 6 to 9 months since they reopened their economy and bulk service levels. All right, so let's take a look at these. So the first one is the 2007 Topps Performance Tom Brady Silver number to 50. And yes, they did correct that label. Now it correctly represents the actual card. So silver number to 50. And as you can see on the back here, the serial numbered to 50. 25 of 50. And the second card is the 2008 UD Draft Picks Matt Ryan Rookie. That's the blue, and sure enough, it now says blue. And again, little more rare or a little more scarce version of the card rather than the base. Not a big deal, but if you get something wrong, you hope that they get it right. And they made it right. And really, I was a little skeptical on dealing with their customer service. I've heard horror stories from a lot of other content creators, but no issues. And I do appreciate them making it right and taking the time. And I'm very pleased overall with how they handled the situation. And it was no cost to me. Even the prepaid packaged envelope back and forth, no service fees or additional cost that I had to eat on making that correction. And since it was only a two-card reveal today, I thought I'd throw in some mail day, see what I've picked up recently. I don't put all the mail all my purchases on camera. They're just, it's hard to organize it correctly and get everything. Wow, a lot of tissue here. In case I have a spill or something, I do appreciate the extra paper towels. All right, so this one I'm really excited about. I saw this one pop up on eBay on an auction, and I was fortunate enough to win it. This is a 1993 action-packed all Madden Walter Payton 24 karat gold. Super excited that this one came up. PSA 9, which, these cards are not easy to get even 9s in. And the 24 karat gold cards were randomly inserted in certain packs, so they weren't easy to pull either. So to have my favorite player of all time and get it in. Now, granted, this is post-career, so this was after he retired. Just phenomenal looking card, and super excited to add it to my Walter Payton collection. which I've never shown on camera, by the way. Maybe I'll do a video on that. I try to collect Walter Payton cards during his playing years in PSA 9 because 10s are too expensive. But let's see what else I got here today. All right. Yep. Some more junk wax era Hall of Famers. We've got Barry Sanders. This is a 1994 Pacific Collection. Barry Sanders. And one of the earlier shiny cards from, the end of the junk wax era, essentially. Super cool looking card. Hopefully it looks good enough to grade. I'll take a deeper look at that later on. All right, so let's see what's next here. Got a few things I picked up recently that I've been waiting to open, but can't wait too long. If something's wrong, you got 3 days from eBay to return something. So a lot of my pickups are from eBay, ComC, MySlabs. So this is these are filler cards. But this should be, is this another, might be a Topps 3D. Can't recall. But once I can get this this team bag open here, we'll take a look at it. Oh, okay, yeah. So I picked up an Allen and Ginter Scott Hansen. I don't know how many of you guys follow the Red Zone at all, but he's the guy. Every Sunday I watch 7 hours of commercial-free football. Scott has been by my side through the thick and the thin, through the trials and tribulations of my fantasy football leagues every year, and now he has a card in this year's Allen and Ginter, so I'm trying to pick those up when they come across and listed for sale, and maybe I'll make a little collection, a little Scott Hansen collection. So it's really cool that they did that in this year's set with Allen and Ginter, and I'll keep my eye out for those. All right, now what do we have next? This is well secured. Oh yeah, so this is going to be another Greg Morris auction that some cards that I won recently on eBay through the Greg Morris auction. So we've got a 1979 record breaker Earl Campbell, near mint or better. Looks a little short. Well, no, it's fine actually. For some reason it looked like it was a little maybe trimmed or short in here, but they're really good about providing you specifics around the card condition. And that's why I like to do a lot of my my older cards through Greg Morris. Here we have an Ozzie Smith from 1982, I believe. And again, its condition is listed as near mint or better. I typically look for centering, and as long as it's 60-40 or something like that, there's an outside chance that maybe I could get a high grade or a decent grade, maybe even though near mint is considered 7 or higher, maybe I'll get an 8 or even possibly a 9. And then next up we have a Ray Bork. I think this is 8182. Topps. Not O-Pee-Chee on this one, but Topps. And again, I won these for, I don't know, most of the things I think are less than $15. So very inexpensive, but Legends, Hall of Famers. Here's another record breaker from that same year, Ozzie. And the overall eye appeal looks good on these. Again, I'll take a deeper look at them and see if there's anything worth sending in for grading. But always like to have me some Hall of Famers from the 80s and 90s, that are in good condition. All right, and we're moving on to the next item here. This is another little side collection I'm working on. I've talked about these cards in previous videos, but in 1992, Pro Set came out with these cards called flops, and they kind of a funny take on sports cards with like a little bit of a garbage pail twist. and they came out with these 5-card promo set, and I think they came out with some scratch and sniff ones, which are really rare. But they sent these out. They began a marketing campaign, is my understanding. And once the MLB PA Players Association found out about it, they weren't too happy because the names are pretty obvious. Wade Buggs is Wade Boggs. You know, another card is Lance Perishables, which is Lance Parrish. So I'll show you guys these 5-card promo set here. And once the MLBPA caught wind of this, they weren't too happy, and I don't know if they threatened to sue or if they just said, you know, we're not going to endorse this. They weren't happy nonetheless. And so they shut it down. ProSet didn't end up going forward with the set, which was supposed to be, I think, a 64-card set. I'd have to double check. I don't know exactly, but they're hilarious, actually. I think they're pretty funny. So this is the Lance Perishable. Lance Perishable plays for the California Airheads. And on the back here, it gives you a little bio. Lance Perishable, California Airheads. His home is Passaway Beach, California. Lance is not a good long-term investment for any team. Although he's got it together in the early season, by midsummer he just falls to pieces. Most agree that Lance stinks because he's just plain rotten. Next is Barry Bones from the Pittsburgh Pack Rats. Barry is the first working skeleton to play in the majors, but he's no numbskull. Before entering baseball, Barry taught anatomy classes at the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. Barry is also an awesome dancer. He can really shake, rattle, and roll. Next is Ken Groovy Jr. of the Seattle Mind Warps. Actually, I sent one of these in not too long ago and got a PSA 10, so I'm pretty excited about that. Ken got into baseball by accident while camping out in the Ding Dome for all 3 days of a rock fest. Ken found himself literally out in left field, signed to a multi-million-dollar contract. Ken's philosophy is life is peace, love, and baseball. And next we have Sticky Henderson of the Oakland Uggs. He's from Los Glual, California. Sticky always loved baseball. In fact, he was stuck on it. Along with anything else he never touched, Sticky is a great value both on and off the field. On the field, he can hold on to anything thrown at him, and in the locker room, he's better than flypaper. I'd love to actually get all of these graded, at least have, you know, 1 or 2 of these slabbed up, and that way I can keep some for myself in my own collection, and maybe you know, get some of these sold to make up the cost. But I picked these all up real cheap. I got a 10-pack of these 5-card promos for, I think it was under $15 for the whole thing on auction. So here we got Wade Buggs of the Boston Sweat Sox. He's from Ant Hill, Massachusetts. Wade was in a hurry to play ball. You could say he had ants in his pants, not to mention spiders, ticks, and lice. Known to his fans as the slimy slugger, Wade is also a great fielder. When asked how he catches so many flies, Wade replied, "It's easy, don't shower." So as you can see, I'm a big fan of these cards, and I'm hoping to get some of them in gradable condition that I can send in. So I appreciate everybody's time today. Thanks for checking out my video. We'll be back again real soon. Take care, everybody.